Okay, so part 3 vlog. So, based on what I've learned so far over the course, how do the themes that I picked fit into the greater Old Testament storyline? So, I've learned so many things over this introduction to the Old Testament course. One of the things that I have learned is that I need to read the Bible more often. Because, like, I guess the best way to explain it is, like, I need to go back and, like, reread it from the beginning to the end. Because there was a lot of stories that I forgot about. I mean, those are some really good stories. And while reading the Bible for each session, there are 2 themes that stood out the most in the Old Testament, which I went over the last video for part 2, and that was about the creation and the unconditional love. I don't know, like, I was able to see the connection between the whole storyline over the whole, like, Old Testament. And, you know, it was actually interesting seeing how, like, in Genesis, we start off by learning God created everything. And, like, now I'm actually able to, like, make the connection with the different Bible verses throughout, like, each of the, well, let me say the stories, when they talk about creation, and it can be just in, like, various forms of creation, from, like, and basically, like, how it progressed throughout the Bible. And, like, if we really think about it, if God decided not to create anything, everything would cease to exist. I want to say, like, 2 verses stood out. One Old and, like, one New Testament. The old one is, like, Psalms 103. Know that the Lord, He is God. It is He who made us, and we are His, and we are His people, and the sheep of His pasture. The New Testament ones, all things were made through Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. So it's basically saying, like, we wouldn't exist. Like, we need Him in order to, I don't think, in order to function, because we would essentially be nothing. And my second one, God's intentional love, and how that all fits into the Old Testament storyline. I don't know. I kind of see, like, as the greatest story between God and men. Because if men, from the obedience and disobedience to, like, God loved us so much. Like, He even created a prophecy about Him giving the ultimate sacrifice so that we can be saved from our sins. Like, it's amazing how much He loved us and how He would never leave us alone in this world, and that He's always there for us through the good, the bad, the ugly. And honestly, the one Bible verse that stuck out the most to me for that one would be Deuteronomy 31. himself goes before you and will be with you. And he will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid and do not be discouraged.